Right now, what we can see in the visuals behind me is the Italian Prime Minister here, Giorgia Meloni, who's already landed in India for ahead of the G20 summit. We were just accessing the visuals, and we were just showing you the visuals of the arrival of Giorgia Meloni, and these are the visuals that you can see. There are people there to receive. Shobha Karamdage is there to receive Giorgia Meloni, who is from Italy right now, and those are the visuals we can see of the aircraft. And as we could see since the morning today, there have been constant updates of various leaders making touchdown in India for the big G20 summit that is to be held over the next 2 days. And right now, the shots that we are showing you are of Giorgia Meloni, who is the Prime Minister of Italy. And these are the shots that we're getting, and that is Shobha Karamdage, who's supposed to be welcoming the Italian Prime Minister to the national capital for the big summit. And definitely, like the other leaders who've also come in since the morning that we have been covering, we had the representatives coming in from Argentina, and we've also shown you news of President Biden, who's already left for making touchdown to India. And right now, this is Giorgia Meloni that we are showing, the Italian Prime Minister who has made touchdown in India, in the national capital. This is the particular information that we are getting. And well, what we know so far about the India and Italy relations are the fact that they have been established back in 1947. And the two countries enjoy a cordial relationship. There has been regular exchange of visits at the political and official levels between the two countries. And Italy is among India's top 5 trading partners in the European Union and the 12th largest investor in India. These are the information we have regarding the India and Italy relationship. And what we have right now, who we have right now joining us on the broadcast is Siddhant Mishra. And Siddhant, a very good morning to you. Well, these are the shots, these are the visuals we are receiving, a welcome ceremony that has been organized for the Italian Prime Minister. We can see her viewing the welcome ceremony, a warm welcome being extended to her by Shobha Karamdage. And well, I was just discussing about the relations, the political relations that have existed between India and Italy, which were established back in 1947. If you can throw some more light, and if we can set some more context for our viewers here as to the importance of Italy, the Prime Minister of Italy being here for the G20 summit.
Well, absolutely. In fact, this is Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's second visit to India. She was here in New Delhi to inaugurate Raisina Dialogue early this year, and perhaps she was one of the speakers at that program, which is an outreach flagship program of Ministry of External Affairs. So this is perhaps for the second time she is here in the national capital. We have been told that on 10th, Prime Minister Modi will hold bilateral talks with Italy. Giorgia Meloni, she has arrived in New Delhi. The relations between India and Italy were established in 1947. We have cooperation in sectors like trade, defense, and if we talk about Italy, then Italy is India's top 5 trading partners in European Union, and perhaps the trade deficit between India and Italy has mostly been in India's favor. Italy is an important ally and partner of India in Europe, and perhaps we have exchanges, the high-level delegates coming from Italy to India and vice versa, and Italy is an important member of G20, and Italy is one country which has been supporting India's presidency from day one, and as such Italy has not objected to largely has not objected to agenda which has been put forth by India, or the consensus that India was trying to in all other developmental growth related agendas. Italy has supported India. It would really be interesting to see what is going to be the outcome from the bilateral talks between Prime Minister Modi and Giorgio Meloni. But before that, both leaders are going to meet tomorrow at Bharat Mandapam for the G20 session. Back to you.
Right, right. Siddhant, so as you rightly mentioned, the relationships and the trade relation, wherein Italy definitely does come in as the fifth, as the second largest community of Indians. The Indian community in Italy is the second largest community of Indians in Europe after UK. And like we were just discussing, the trade relations that exist between India and Italy, the fifth largest in the European Union that we have, the trade relations that they have with Italy. So are we expecting something, some discussions on those lines as well between India and Italy in the upcoming bilateral meeting that is to be held?
Well, look, usually when there are multilateral events happening, then there are very less chances of high-level bilateral engagement. So perhaps even if bilateral meeting
take place, then those meetings are usually restricted to some key or larger issues. So Giorgio Meloni has come to attend G20 summit. She will be meeting Prime Minister Modi on the sidelines of the G20 summit, but we cannot expect some big ticket announcement or perhaps some sort of big development taking place post that bilateral meet. What maximum both leaders will do is to review the announcements which were made early this year, and also will review the bilateral relationship between the two countries. This time around, India has made exception only for two countries. One is United States of America and the other is Saudi Arabia. So high-level bilateral engagement and perhaps the outcome of those meetings and some announcements or major development will only be taking place between India, America, and India, Saudi Arabia, as President Biden is also coming on a state visit, and Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia's state visit is on 11th of September, one day after G20 summit ends. So only these two countries, with these two countries, we can expect some sort of talk on key issues, outcome, or announcement, development taking place. But with the other countries, yes, Prime Minister Modi is meeting, but mostly those meetings are going to focus on the review work, reviewing the bilateral relationship, defense, economic cooperation, and the announcements which have been made previously. Those announcements will be reviewed. Those projects are going to be reviewed by the leaders.